All right, let's find our comfortable seat, blanket or cushion under the hips, sending the spine up tall, sinking into the floor. And we'll begin rubbing the palms of our hands together, bringing focus and energy into the palms. And then take the fingertips and gently brush them across the forehead, temples, and cheeks, brushing away any worries or expectations. And bring the fingertips to the eyes, palms to the cheeks, turning your attention inward. And take a couple of deep cleansing breaths. When you're ready, you can float your hands down, either keeping your eyes closed or gazing softly downward. Send your spine up tall, shoulders back and down, sitting bones sinking toward the earth. Lift your heart with each inhaling breath, rooting and grounding with each exhale. Take another deep breath in as we move into 3 arms. Take a moment to absorb the vibrations of the mantra as it connects us all as one. Allow yourself to settle here this Saturday morning and set an intention for your practice, something you'd like to nurture or cultivate within yourself. As you come to your next inhaling breath, allow your belly to soften and expand. As you exhale, draw the belly toward the back. Follow your body's rhythm, expanding on the inhale, contracting on the exhale. Your next inhaling breath, expand the belly and open the ribs, reaching them out to the sides. And as you exhale, contract the belly and relax the ribs. Follow your body's rhythm, expanding and opening, contracting and relaxing. With your next inhale, expand the belly, open the ribs, and lift the chest, creating space for your heart. And as you exhale, contract, relax, and lower. Continue this full deep breath, expanding your lungs in all directions with each inhale. Completely releasing the breath with each exhale. With each inhale, drawing up energy you need from the earth as you root down through the sitting bones. And with each exhale, releasing anything that no longer serves you. Take one more full, complete breath. And when you reach the end of the exhale, gently return to your natural breath. Taking a moment to notice any changes you feel in your mind or body. Remembering that our breath is always with us to help find those moments of peace and calm. Bringing your awareness to your right hand, allow the tips of your thumb and pointer finger to come together. And bring those fingertips to your heart center. Turning your attention deeper inward toward your heart. Looking within for your inner light and your inner joy. As you find that connection with the light within you, allow its warm glow to flow on the breath throughout your entire body. As you find that connection with your inner joy, allow it to radiate up onto your face in a smile. And breathe it out into the space around you. As we continue our practice, allow your light and joy to flow through each breath and movement, honoring all that you are in each moment. When you're ready, you can float your hand down, gently open your eyes. If you would like to switch your legs, please go ahead and do that, or change positions. Listening to whatever it is that your body needs right now. With your next inhaling breath, let's scrunch the shoulders up by our ears. And as we exhale, press the shoulders back and down. Inhale, lift and squeeze. Exhale, back and down. Inhale, lift and squeeze. Exhale, back and down. Bring the hands in front of the chest, palms facing down. Tuck the shoulder blades down the back, hugging them in, gently engaging the muscles around the shoulder blades, strengthening. And we'll press the elbows back toward each other, gently lifting the heart, squeezing the center of the shoulder blades toward each other, wringing out any tension. Opening the arms wide, turning the palms up, drawing the lower corners of the shoulder blades toward each other. If it feels okay, flexing the wrists, pressing through the palms, breathing into the heart. And then bringing the arms in front, crossing the right over the left. We'll bend at the elbows, hands back to back, or left hand around the right wrist. Elbows up to shoulder height, dropping the shoulders away from the ears. Breathing into the upper back, soften the jaw, and draw the chin toward the throat. If it feels okay, you can begin to lower and lift the elbows. And with your next inhaling breath, you can gently lift the elbows a little higher, arching. And as you exhale, round the spine, drop the chin, breathing into the back. And we'll come back to the center, unwrap the arms open wide. And then bring the arms in front, this time crossing the left over the right, bending at the elbows, hands back to back or right hand around the left wrist. Elbows up to shoulder height, dropping the shoulders away from the ears. Squeezing the arms together or pressing the elbows away, breathing into the upper back. Softening the jaw, drawing the chin back toward the throat gently to lengthen the back of the neck. And again, lowering and lifting the elbows as that feels okay with the breath. And with the next inhale, if it feels okay, lifting the elbows a little higher, gently arching. And as you exhale, round the spine. Inhale back to the center. We'll unwrap the arms, extending them out to the sides. Now let's bring the hands to the shoulders, and we'll make some big circles with the elbows. Really tucking those shoulders down the back as we come behind, releasing them as the elbows come together in front. And then reversing the circles. Seeing if you can really engage the muscles around the scapula as you pull those elbows back and up. And then we'll open the arms again, make some circles with the wrists. And reverse the circles. Now let's spread our fingers wide and squeeze them in tight. And spread them wide, squeeze them in tight. Spread them wide one more time. And then shake them a little. And then we'll bring the hands to the heart, interlacing the fingers, pressing the palms out in front. Roll the shoulders forward, round the spine, drop the chin. With your next inhale, lift the palms up over the head, gently arching. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. This time, leaving the arms up over the head, gently drop the chin toward the chest. Soften the elbows, roll the shoulder blades back toward each other, releasing the back of the neck. If it feels okay, press the palms up a little higher, softening the jaw. With your next inhale, lift the chin. And as you exhale, twist toward the right. Let's float the hands down, left hand to the knee, right hand behind the hip. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, gently twist toward the right, softening the shoulders down the back. Following the breath, lifting and twisting gently. With your next inhaling breath, gently turn the chin over your left shoulder. Hold and breathe. And with your next inhale, come back to the right, letting that breath go. And inhale, sweeping the right arm up by the ear. Exhale, reach across the body. Dropping that right hip, lifting the heart, reaching through the fingertips. Chin is gently away from the chest. Keeping the body twisted with your next inhale, bend that elbow and back behind you. And exhale, reach. Inhale, bend the elbow, tucking that shoulder blade in. And reach. One more time. And with your next inhale, we'll lift up tall and come back to the center. Take a breath in and out. Just taking a moment to notice what feels the same or different from the left to the right. And then we'll interlace the fingers, inhale the arms up over the head. Exhale, twisting toward the left. And floating the hands down. Right hand to the left knee, left hand behind the left hip. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, gently twisting through the ribs, bringing the head around last. Hold and breathe. With your next inhale, turn your chin over your right shoulder. Hold and breathe. And with the next inhale, coming back to the left. With the next inhale, sweep the left arm up by the ear, lengthening through the side of the body. And as you exhale, reach across the body, dropping the left hip, lifting the heart, chin away from the chest, gently reaching through the fingertips. Keeping the body twisted, with your next inhale, we'll bend that left elbow, tucking it down the back. And exhale, reach. Inhale, tuck. Exhale, reach. One more time, following your breath. And with your next inhale, lift up tall. And as you exhale, come back to the center. Excuse me. Roll those shoulders back and down. And then let's extend the legs out in front of us. Bringing the feet down toward the end of the mat. Lengthening through the spine, shoulders are back and down, belly strong. Let's engage the quadriceps, drawing the kneecaps up. Gently lifting the heels off the floor if that feels okay. Notice if your feet are kind of tipping out to the side or in toward the center, and try to have them pointing straight up. Kneecaps are straight up, toes are straight up. So that helps us to equally engage the inner and outer thighs. Drawing the belly toward the back and softening the shoulders. Notice what's happening with your head. Sometimes we jet it out here, so you can gently draw that chin back toward the throat. Reaching through the heels, rooting through the sitting bones, lengthening through the crown of the head. And then softening the legs. We'll inhale the arms up over the head. Exhale, swan, or float forward, sorry. Wrong cue came through my head. Folding forward just as far as feels okay, hands on the legs, floor, or feet. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, soften. Hold and breathe, lengthening and softening through each breath. Notice what you can let go of as you surrender into the forward fold. Paschimottanasana. And with your next inhale, we'll gently lift up tall, sliding the hands behind the hips, fingertips facing toward the hips. Work with inclined plane or reverse table. Again, inclined plane, feet together, lifting the hips here, or reverse table, bending the knees, feet hip width apart, and lifting here. Kind of noticing what feels right for your body today, how much energy you have, what seems to meet your body's need right now. So we'll bend those elbows, press the palms into the floor, and with your inhale, lift the hips high, keeping the elbows slightly bent. Exhale, gently lower, hovering if that feels okay. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower and hover. Ooh, a little cramp in my calf, so I'm going to flex my feet. And if it feels okay, inhale, lifting once more. Here we go. Hold and breathe if that feels okay, or continue coming up and down or rest. Head extends out from the spine, or chin tucking toward the chest. Elbows stay bent, hips press high. And with your next exhale, gently lower down and shake out the wrists. We'll come to the center of our mat. Round the spine, drop the chin, and gently roll back using those abdominal muscles. Tucking the shoulders under, extending the legs out. Gently scan up the body, noticing any parts that feel tired, achy, or sore. Honoring yourself and your body by listening to its messages. Pushing yourself to your edge, but not beyond it. And remembering that each time you do yoga, your body is a little bit different. Let's bend the right leg, floating the hands to the knee as we draw it in toward the chest. Lengthen through the neck, shoulders tuck under. Soften around the right hip. Keeping the left hand on the knee, allow the right arm to fall out to the side, palm facing down, or bending at the elbow. And as you exhale, gently twist over the left side of the body. Right hip comes off of the mat, foot comes across toward the floor. Vision toward the right arm as much as feels okay for your neck. With your next inhale, come back to the center, extending the leg up toward the sky. Take hold behind the hamstrings, calf, or ankle. As you exhale, toes reach toward the ceiling. Inhale, flexing, pressing through the heel. Follow your breath. And then gently begin to make slow circles with the ankle, stretching the foot as far as it can go in each direction. And reverse the circles. Reaching through the heel. Gently drop the sitting bones, arching the low back slightly. Noticing where you can let go through the back of the leg. With your next exhale, tuck the pelvis, pressing the low back into the mat, drawing the leg toward the torso just as far as feels okay. Pressing through the heel, belly muscles are strong, engaged. Stay here, or with your next exhale, lift the head and chest toward the leg. Inhale, lower the head and chest. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Hold and breathe if that feels okay, or continue coming up and down. Lengthen through the neck. Belly muscles are strong and engaged, reaching through the heel. Stay here, or if it feels okay, flex the left foot. Lift it gently off the floor. And if it feels okay, you could also release the arms. Sorry, I can only take that request while you're listening to music or a podcast. Apparently Siri thought I was talking to her on my watch. Oh goodness. Lower the left leg with your inhale. Gently drop the head. And as you exhale, float the leg down. Taking a moment to notice the difference between the right and the left, and also to soften the shoulders if they were pulled up. And then we'll gently bend the left leg, floating the hands to the knee as you draw it in toward the chest, tucking the shoulders under, lengthening the neck. Releasing the muscles around the hip. Keeping the right hand on the knee, allow the left arm to fall out to the side, palm facing down or bending at the elbow. As you exhale, twist over the right side of the body. Left hip comes off of the mat, foot comes across toward the floor. Vision toward your left arm as much as feels okay for your neck. Release the muscles around the hip and ease the spine into the twist. With your next inhaling breath, come back to the center, extending the leg up toward the sky. Take hold behind the hamstrings, calf, or ankle. As you exhale, point your toes toward the ceiling. Inhale, flexing, pressing through the heel. Follow your breath, releasing the front and the back of the leg. Now begin to make slow, gentle circles with your ankle, stretching your foot as far as it can go in each direction. And reverse the circles. And reaching through the heel, we'll gently drop the sitting bones toward the mat, arching the low back gently. And with your next exhale, tuck the pelvis, engaging the belly muscles, and draw the leg toward the torso just as far as feels okay. Reaching through the heel, belly muscles engaged. Stay here, or with your next exhaling breath, lift the head and chest toward the leg. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Hold and breathe if that feels okay, or continue coming up and down. Reaching through the heel, belly muscle strong. Neck is nice and long. Stay here, or flexing the right foot, gently lift it off the floor. And if it feels okay, you can release the hands. Gently lowering the right leg. With your inhale, lower the head and chest. And as you exhale, slowly lower the left leg. Take a deep breath in and out. Let's place our feet on the floor with our knees bent. Tucking the shoulders under, arms alongside the body. We'll lift the toes, spread them wide as we lower them down, rooting into the feet, and then pressing the shoulders back and down as we root into the shoulders, creating the other end of our bridge. With your next inhaling breath, let's scoop the pelvis, Gently roll the spine up one vertebrae at a time, keeping our vision toward the ceiling. And as we exhale, gently lower the spine down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower, keeping the knees parallel. This time, let's inhale our arms up over our head as we lift the hips high. Leaving the arms as we exhale the spine down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. This time as we inhale, we'll cactus our arms, leaving the arms slowly roll the spine down. Inhale, scoop and lift. Exhale, lower. You can keep the arms here or choose any of the other arm positions, and we'll do 2 more. And then with your next exhale, we'll tuck the pelvis, pressing the low back into the mat, drawing the belly muscles down to the back. Inhale, release, gently arching the low back. Exhale, tuck. Inhale, release. Exhale, tuck. Inhale, release. And let the breath go. Let's cross the right ankle over the left thigh. Can gently bring the right hand to the right thigh, pressing the knee out to the side if that feels okay. Can stay here, or if it feels okay, lifting the left foot off of the floor, taking hold behind the hamstrings or over the top of the shin. Flexing the right foot, drawing the left knee toward the body just as far as feels okay. Shoulders tuck back and down as you lengthen the neck. Breathing into the right hip. Gently releasing anything that might be stuck there. Letting it float away on the breath. And with your next exhale, gently release. Lower the right foot to the mat and bring the left ankle over the right thigh. Again, gently pressing the left hand against the left thigh, opening the hip if that feels okay, or lifting the right foot off the floor, taking hold behind the hamstrings or over the top of the shin as you draw the leg toward the torso just as far as feels okay, flexing the left foot, lengthening through the neck, shoulders are tucked back and down. Sending the breath to the left hip, letting go of anything that might be stuck there, letting it float away on the breath. And then gently releasing. Let's bring both knees over the torso, gently hugging them in. Breathing into the low belly. From here, you can either roll to your side, pressing up with your hands, or slip the hands behind the knees, kick the feet over the head, and gently rock up. And then let's come forward onto our hands and knees. And if you would like to add a blanket underneath the knees for a little extra padding, please add that. So bring the hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips, extending the head out from the spine. Shoulders roll back and down, soften the elbows. Belly muscles draw up toward the back. Strong table pose. Taking a breath in and out. With your next inhale, lift the tailbone, drop the spine, lift the chin. And as you exhale, tuck the tailbone, round the spine, drop the chin. Inhale, lifting, spine follows. Exhale, rounding. Follow your breath. And with your next inhale, come back to the center, softening those elbows, lengthening the spine. Excuse me, we'll work on opening our hips a little more. So with your next inhale, lift the right knee out to the side, and then we'll wrap it around and down with the exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale, wrap around and down. Inhale, lift. Wrap around and down. This time, inhale, extend the leg out behind you, lifting the heart. Exhale, round, drawing the knee in toward the chest. Inhale, reach. Exhale, round. Inhale, reach. Exhale, round. Once more, reach. This time, hold and breathe. Lifting the heart, dropping the right hip. Shoulders tucked down the back. Stay here or extend the left arm out. Keeping the right elbow slightly bent. You can stay here or sweep the left arm back toward the right leg as you bend the knee, taking hold of the foot or ankle, pushing the foot into the hand, coming into raised bow. And we'll release. Some little gentle kind of baby cat-cows with the low back. Take out the right hand if that feels good for you. And then finding those hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips again. Work with the left leg. Inhale, lifting it out to the side, wrapping the knee around and back to the mat. Inhale, lift to the side. Exhale, wrap and down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, wrap and down. This time, inhale, reaching straight back, lifting the heart. Exhale, round, drawing the knee into the chest. Inhale, reach. Exhale, round. Inhale, reach. Exhale. This time, reach and hold, dropping that left hip slightly, lifting the heart, and if it feels okay, extending the right arm out. Left elbow stays slightly bent. Stay here, or if it feels okay, reaching the right arm back towards the left leg as you bend the knee, taking hold of the ankle or foot, lifting the foot, pressing it into the hand, coming into raised bow. Heart is lifted, right shoulder is tucked. And we'll release the leg. Again, some little baby cat-cows with the low back. Shaking out that left hand if that feels good. And let's come onto our forearms. Bringing the forehead down, coming into Recline Puppy. You can walk the arms out a little more if that feels okay. You can have your forehead on the mat. If you feel like it's okay for your shoulders and you are feeling that openness in the shoulders today, you could lift the chin and rest the chin on the mat. Really listen to your body, not moving into any pain. And then gently lifting the chin, walking the hands back under the shoulders. Actually, I'm going to change that instruction and walk the hands out a little away from under the shoulders. Tuck the toes under and let's press the hips up and back into downward dog. Softening the knees, reaching back through the hips. Roll the shoulders back toward each other, externally rotating the arm, protecting the shoulder joint. Chin is away from the chest as the head drops between the arms, as far as feels okay. Knees are soft as we reach back through the hips. And if it feels okay, begin to lengthen the back of the legs as you drop the heels toward the mat. Rooting through the balls of the feet. Ooh, mine are slipping. And the palms of the hands as we lift up through the hips. Nice, strong downward dog. Make it active as you strengthen and lengthen. Let's drop the knees to the mat. And we're going to lower down onto our bellies. Bringing the elbows underneath the shoulders with the forearms on the mat. Coming into Sphinx Pose. So we'll start with just kind of letting the muscles hang on the bones. So we notice how that feels. If you want to move the blanket out from under you too, you're welcome to if that feels uncomfortable where yours is. We'll start with pushing the tops of the feet into the mat, noticing how that engages the front of the legs and lifts the knees gently up. Then gently press the pelvic bone into the mat, engaging the glutes and the buttocks to help press that down. Then we'll begin to press into the fingertips and the elbows, lifting through the spine. Shoulders are back and down. Chin drawing toward the throat to lengthen the back of the neck. Reaching from the toes to the crown of the head to the fingertips, all the muscles engaged. Now we'll soften. We'll bring the hands, elbows out to the sides and stack the palms on top of each other. Rest the forehead on the back of the hands. Coming into crocodile. And if it feels okay, you can bend the knees and gently windshield wiper the feet back and forth. We're loosening up some of those muscles in the low back. And then we'll lower the feet again, lifting the head. So you can come into Sphinx again if you would like, or you can work with seal pose. So we'll bring the hands out a little wider than the mat and pressing into the palms, lifting the torso, shoulders are tucked back and down. Engage the leg muscles, reaching through the toes. It's a little more intense with the low back, so really listen to your back of what you need right now. If it feels like too much, shift back into Sphinx pose. Keeping that chin tucked back to the throat so that the back of the neck is nice and long. And then we'll lower down. Again, stacking the hands on top of each other, resting the forehead on the back of the hands. In crocodile, you can bend the knees and either windshield wiper or cross and release the feet. Again, just helping to loosen those muscles in the low back. And lowering the legs. We'll bring the hands under the shoulders and bring the hips back to the heels in child's pose or come into recline puppy again if that doesn't feel good for your knees. Resting the forehead on the mat or stacked fists or a block. Rounding the spine, breathing into the vertebrae, creating space between them. You can leave the arms extended, or if it feels okay, you could bring the arms alongside the body if you're in child's pose. Letting the shoulders roll forward as you breathe into the back. Excuse me. Gently roll the spine up, shoulders up and back and down. Excuse me, dryness. And let's tuck the toes under. Sitting back on the heels if that feels okay, or being up in a kneeling position, gently rocking back, or bringing the hands down and rocking back. Whatever feels okay for your body today. And let's press the feet into the mat, coming into Uttanasana, standing forward fold. Hands on the floor, feet or blocks. With your next inhale, lift halfway. As you exhale, fold over. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold over. Inhale, lift halfway. This time, dropping the hips, we'll come into Utkatasana chair pose. Bringing the hands to the heart. Shoulders are back and down. We'll press back through the hips, dropping back a little more if that feels okay. Pressing actively into the feet to engage all the muscles in the leg. Can stay here or we'll add a twist if that feels okay. So if you want to twist, we're going to turn toward the right and bring either the left knee or the left wrist on the the left elbow or the left wrist on the outside of the right knee. Gently twisting toward the right, lengthening through the spine. And if it feels okay, you could open the arms nice and wide. We'll come back to the center. Strong chair pose. And turning toward the left to add the twist, right elbow or right wrist on the outside of the knee. You can bring the palms together if that feels comfortable. Lengthen the spine. And if it feels okay, open those arms nice and wide. And coming back to the center, we'll fold over. Release the back of the knees, the neck. Keep the knees nice and soft. Lengthen through the low back. With your next inhale, sweep the arms out and up, palms together over the head. And exhale, hands to the heart. If you have your blanket on the mat, you can move that off. And let's work with standing knee to chest for a balance today. So bring our feet hip width apart, spine tall, shoulders back and down, belly strong, knees soft. Lift the toes, spreading them wide as we lower them down. Rooting into the feet, lengthening through the crown of the head. Letting the arms relax beside the body. Feel your strength and sturdiness, that fortitude and confidence that you find in mountain pose. Now we'll shift our weight to the left leg, coming up to the big toe of the right foot. Finding a focus spot for our gaze. Can work on balance by lifting the toes, bending the ankle. If it feels okay, you could lift the knee and interlace the fingers in front of the knee. Shoulders are back and down, belly is strong. You could stay here or bring the knee up into the chest, flexing that foot to help engage the muscles of the leg. Notice if your right hip is lifting up a little and see if you can soften it down, just gently. Left knee stays slightly bent. Stay here, or if it feels okay, you could take hold under the foot with the hands or with a strap. And if it feels okay, you could extend the leg out again with the hands or a strap, or you could take hold behind the thigh and extend the leg here. So find the version that feels steady and challenging in this moment, but not overwhelming. Belly draws toward the back. Chin is tucked back toward the throat. Shoulders are back and down. When you're ready, gently bending the leg, lowering it down, and shaking out that left leg. Maybe giving it a little thanks for all that work. And then we'll find our balance on both feet again. Strong mountain pose, shoulders back and down, belly strong, knees soft. Lift the toes, spread them wide as you lower them down. Rooting and lifting. Shifting your weight to your right leg. Finding a focus spot for your gaze as you come up to the toes of the left foot. Stay here, working on balance by just lifting the toes, bending the ankle. Or if it feels okay, lift the knee, interlacing the fingers in front of the knee or under the thigh. If it feels okay, you can lift the knee into the chest. Shoulders back and down, belly is strong. Again, gently dropping the left hip if it feels like it's lifted up. Whoop, I dropped it too much and I tilted over. So finding that balance. And again, you can stay here, or if it feels okay, taking hold behind the thighs or underneath the foot with the hands or strap and extending the leg out. Tucking the shoulders, belly strong, holding as long as feels okay for your body today. Might be different one side to the other today. And gently lowering down, shaking out that right leg. Let's spread our legs nice and wide. Then we're going to lift the right foot to point the toes toward the short end of the mat. And lift the left heel, dropping it back, having that angle toward the front, left corner of the mat. Working with Trikonasana, let's inhale our arms out at shoulder height. And as we exhale, press the left hip out to the wall behind us, reach the right arm out. And then float the hand down to the leg. Left hand can either come to the low back or can float up toward the sky out of the left shoulder. Rotate the torso to face the wall and lengthen through the left side of the body. Soften through the hamstrings of the right leg if that feels okay. See if that allows you to release a little more. Pushing actively into both feet. Pushing into the feet, we'll lift up tall. And exhale, float the hands down. And then we'll switch sides. So left foot points toward the short end of the mat. Right heel drops back, so the foot angles toward the front right of the mat. Inhale the arms out at shoulder height. Exhale, press the right hip out to the side. Reach the left arm across the room. And then just float the hand down. Right arm can come to the low back or come up out of the shoulder, floating up toward the sky. Rotate the torso to face the wall, lengthening through the right side of the body. Soften through the hamstrings of the left leg. See if that allows you to release a little more. Legs are both strong and active as you push into the feet, rotating the ribs, lengthening through the spine. With the next inhale, press into the feet, lift up tall. And exhale, float the hands down. We'll bring both feet to face the long end of the mat. We'll interlace the fingers. Inhale the arms up over the head. As you exhale, we're going to turn toward the right leg and fold over just as far as feels okay. Sweeping the hands to the center as we come to the inhale, lifting from the left foot. Exhale, fold over the right. Sweeping across, inhale, lifting from the left. Once more this direction. Bending your knees as much as you need to, being careful with your low back. And with your next exhale, folding over the left side. Sweeping to the right, lifting with the inhale. Exhale, left. Inhale, right. Once more, exhale, left. Inhale, right. Lifting up tall. Exhale, swan dive, hips out behind us, arms out to the side, and then floating underneath the shoulders. Softening the knees, pressing into both feet as we lift up through the sitting bones. Spine is nice and long. Again, chin drawn back toward the throat to lengthen the back of the neck. Notice what the shoulders are doing. Sometimes they want to be scrunched up, so let's see if we can slide them down the back as much as we can with our arms extended in front of us. See if we can make this an active pose, pushing into both the hands and the feet, reaching up through the sitting bones, lengthening out through the crown of the head. And then let's walk the feet a little closer toward each other, stopping just outside of hip width apart. We'll bend the knees, bringing the hands to the heart as we come into Malasana Squat. If you'd like to use a block to lower down, bring that in the center behind the heels. So you can stay high or drop low or anywhere in between. Or coming all the way to the mat, walking the feet a little wider apart, pressing the elbows or upper arms into the knees or thighs. Spine is nice and long, shoulders tucked down the back. Breathing into the hips. And when you're ready, lowering the rest of the way down. And we'll meet in cross-legged. Lengthening the spine up toward the sky, shoulders roll back and down. Inhale, reaching through the crown of the head. Exhale, dropping the right ear over the right shoulder. Tuck the right shoulder back and down as you breathe into the left side of the neck. If it feels okay, you can place your left hand on the mat and gently walk the fingertips away just as far as feels okay, reaching the head to the other side. Noticing subtle adjustments that you can make to lengthen a little more. We'll bring the left hand back to the leg as we inhale, bringing the head back to the center. And as you exhale, drop the left ear over the left shoulder. Left shoulder tucks back and down. Breathing into the right side of the neck. Again, if it feels okay, bringing the right hand to the mat, walking the fingertips away gently, just as far as feels okay. And then making those subtle adjustments to help soften, lengthen, and let go. With your next inhale, come back to center, bringing the right hand to the knee. Exhale, turn your chin over your right shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale the chin over the left shoulder. Inhale, center. And let the breath go. Let's bend the knees, coming to the center of the mat. Rounding the spine. Dropping the chin. Roll back. Lengthening the neck. We'll bend the knees and lift the feet up toward the sky. You can rock your hands or a block underneath the hips, supporting the legs. Lengthen through the neck. Soften the shoulders. Breathe into the belly. Letting the ankles and knees be soft. We'll gently bend the knees. Rock the hands out from underneath the hips, hugging the knees in toward the chest. You can rock a little from side to side if that feels okay, massaging the low back. Or if you'd like to draw the knees in and out, making small circles with the back, you can do that as well. And reverse the circles. Bringing the arms out at shoulder height, we'll do one last twist. You can bend the elbows or extend the arms at a T. Dropping the knees to the right, vision to the left. And with your next inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, dropping the knees to the left, vision to the right. And with your next inhale, come back to the center and lower the feet down. You can walk the feet to the edges of the mat, resting the knees together, or if it feels okay for your back, extending the legs out. And you can add a rolled up blanket or bolster underneath the knees. If you'd like to cover up at all, that would be helpful to keep the warmth in your body as well. So if your legs are extended, allow the feet to be about hip width apart. Arms slightly away from your body with your palms turned up. Tuck the shoulders back and down. Relax your forehead. Soften your eyes. Loosen your jaw. Take a moment here to offer gratitude for your body, for allowing all that you were able to do in the practice today. And if you would like to receive Reiki during the rest of Shavasana, open yourself to receive it now. Bringing your awareness to your breath. Allow each inhale to fill you with a sense of peace and calm. Allow each exhale to release anything that's no longer needed. Release the muscles from the bones, surrendering them to the earth, feeling its strength and support beneath you. Let the breath bring you back to your heart center, reconnecting with the light and joy that always reside deep within your heart. Let each breath fill your heart with loving kindness for yourself. Sending that loving kindness, excuse me, to each and every cell of your body, honoring all of who you are in this moment. gently begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Stretch in whatever way feels comfortable for you. When you're ready, you can bend your knees, roll to your side, and rest there for a moment. And then gently return to a seated position. We'll end with a metta blessing of loving kindness. Please feel free to join in. May all beings be safe. May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings have peace. May all beings awaken to the light of their true nature. May all beings be free. The light in me honors the light in you. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. For our world, for our communities, and for ourselves. Well, thank you all so much for joining me, taking some time for yourselves.